Hey y'all. Hey y'all, it's everyone John from The Rice Life, and we're here to do a really quick Q&A for you guys. I asked you guys on Instagram, our Facebook page, Snapchat, and in our video, the video before this one, I asked you guys to send us some questions that you want answered for a Q&A. So we're gonna do this really quick. Yeah, it's not gonna be a super long video, at least I'm not gonna try to make it long. So anyway, the first question, we're gonna hop right into it. The first question is, when are y'all gonna break ground on building the new house? And
that same person has a...
I know, but we gotta ask one question at a time.
Oh. Okay.
So when are you yeah, when are you gonna break ground on building the new house? So here's the thing in regards to the house, and y'all, we've got kids over, we got our kids, so there may be a few interruptions, but anyway, so we found, well, I guess between two builders, but we have like 2 builders in mind. We have everything like down to the cent. We just have not found any land that we absolutely love. And we're honestly going to give it to God at this point, because the more we try to force things, the more things still weren't going our way. So we're not going to put our dream house in a location that's not ideal for us. We can wait. We're not going to just rush into it to say we build a brand new home. Like, that's not for us. We know that when we build this house, we're going to be in there, if not forever, then for a very long time. And so we don't want to put our dream house in a location that is not suitable for our family. And so we pretty much decided that we're still going to have the same plan, the same dream for the house. It's just that it's going to be where we want it to be. And so this whole process has definitely been a lesson in patience and just trusting God, because if it were up to me, we would have been in that house for about a year now. But it's not up to me, and I just don't want to we don't want to put the house in a place that we're just not going to love. So that's what it is. We have a ton of developments popping up here and there, and that's just not the kind of place we want to live in. We don't want to live like really close to people, that kind of thing. So we're just weighing our options in terms of location, in regards to, you know, my job,
and schools, and then also church, and all
so,
kinds of stuff. So
yeah, we're now factoring church into our equation in terms of location now. So we just got a lot of things to consider, and we're not going to hop into it, guys. And that's another thing that I would advise you guys not to do. Your dream is going to always be there. No matter what, your dream is going to be there. It's going to be waiting for you, and that's the main thing. Just make sure that you have a level head when you are you know, just walking to your purpose, basically. And so we still have the dream to build our house, guys. That is not going to change. Actually, right now we're going to renovate this home. This home was renovated when we moved in, like, you know, wooden floors and you know, all that kind of stuff when we moved in.
It was an older house that they basically renovated so they could try to sell. Yeah,
so this house is not a bad house, and it's not the size that I would love, because, you know, the house that we're going to build is probably about twice as big as this one, a little more than twice as big. And you know, those are things that I've kind of, and that's some things that I grapple with, you know, just I want it now, that kind of thing. But the main thing is, this is not a bad house, and while we're here, I told John, I said, I want to make this house so beautiful, and so like, I want to make this house so much of my dream house that when it's time to sell it, I don't want to leave it. That's how much work we're going to put into this house this year, and we plan to make that entire series, because it's going to be a lot of DIY stuff. And we plan a lot of DIY, and we plan to take y'all along on that. And so we're not rushing it, guys. It's going to be God's timing. We still have our dream. No one can take your dream from you. No one can beat you to your dream. So remember that, guys. Just be really patient with yourself, and don't stress yourself out about things that are already worked out. So that's that. Do you plan on teaching the kiddos a second language? So I am not fluent in a second language. John is not fluent in a second language.
That's like 3 languages right there.
What?
No.
Oh, okay. John's not fluent in a second language, and so Kaine is actually in a dual immersion program where he learns Spanish one day, English the next. So Kaine is pretty proficient for the most part. He's not like he doesn't speak like a native Spanish speaker, but he's getting pretty good at it. And so they are in a school that actually teaches them Spanish. So, and
it goes all the way up to 3rd grade, right?
Yeah, 3rd grade. And so that's what they're getting right now in terms of second language. So
and then Karsyn's we just we're trying to get her enrolled in the same school and everything. So
they should be learning the same things. So to answer your question, yes,
we would like for them to learn. Yes.
And they actually are, so we're gonna say yes. They're not learning from us, but they're learning. The next question was about having children, so I'll skip to that one. That'll be like our last one, because that was the one that everybody asked. So let me hop over to Instagram, because yeah, okay, let me hop over to Instagram, because we got a good bit of questions on Instagram. So the next question is, how do you make time for each other between your jobs and raising kids? We honestly do what we did this past weekend. We have date nights. Our neighbor took the kids for us so we could have a little date night / afternoon yesterday. So we just find time whenever we can, guys. When the kids were small, I always felt like nobody could do them the way I could do them, and that's definitely changed, because the more people that say, hey, want to take the kids, or can we watch the kids? Look, y'all, the bag is packed, ready to go. Okay, so
yeah, the whole mindset of a village to raise the kids, right?
Yeah, we definitely take that to heart. So if we have people, and especially with us having 3 kids, that's a lot of kids, and so it's rare for people to say they want to take all 3. So when somebody says, hey, we'll take the kids for the weekend or for the day,
adios,
deuces. Hey. Okay, so exactly, adios. So yeah, but we just do that, guys. And of course, like when the kids go to bed, I do a lot of falling asleep on the couch, watching shows with John, that kind of thing, y'all. Just wherever you can fit it in, even if it's 10 minutes, just trying to fit it in whenever you can, because 10 minutes a night over 5 nights is like almost an hour. So think of it, almost an hour. So think of it that way, guys. Just fit it in whenever you can. That's my best advice, guys. This person says, I'm in an interracial relationship as well. We want children one day. So what's the perfect age to talk to children about race or their ethnicity? I don't think there is a perfect age. I think, what's so funny?
Well, I mean, that's definitely a juicy topic.
Well, yeah, it is. Well, it's not even a juicy or hot topic. I mean, it's one of the things where, I mean, to me, it's not. We don't just say, okay, guys, mom is black, dad is white. We don't say that. When the kids start noticing it is when we like talk to them about it. Kaine honestly didn't notice it forever. Like I remember him being in kindergarten and he still didn't notice that we didn't look the same. Yeah, Karsyn noticed it probably around 2 or 3. Karsyn was really young. Kylan, he's probably noticed it the past year, and that's only because we've talked about it with the older children.
Well, then also too, Karsyn, she's very vocal and everything, so he just kind of picks it up from her, and then obviously that raises questions for him. And the biggest thing is just, you know, tell them to love themselves for themselves, and because we love ourselves for ourselves, and that we can still love each other no matter what. So. Yeah,
so, but what's the perfect age? I told you all over the place. John's on the boats. What's the perfect age? The perfect age to me is like, don't bombard your kids with it. Like when they start questioning it, then you mention it. I don't think like when the kids 1, you sit down and say, now, mommy and daddy are different. When they start noticing it, they'll let you know. They'll kind of, kids are a lot smarter than we think they are, and so honestly when they start asking is when they're ready to understand it, I think. So next question, I'm a twin as well and talk to my sister every day. Do you and your sister speak often? Do you miss her since you guys don't get to see each other all the time? We speak every single day, multiple times a day. And we actually see each other pretty often, so I feel like I don't really have time to miss her. We saw each other for, not Thanksgiving, for Christmas. And like before that, we see each other honestly every other month. No, it wasn't Thanksgiving.
It was Thanksgiving.
They came here for Thanksgiving?
No, we went down to your mom's house the weekend after Thanksgiving, remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, and
yeah,
then,
she does. Her sister does a lot of driving.
Yeah, and then for Kylan's birthday, so we see each other once a month for a long time. So we actually do see each other pretty often, even though she lives in Georgia, but she is a road runner, and so
and then we see each other quite often. And yeah, you see each other every day because y'all FaceTime at least twice a day. So.
Yeah, we do FaceTime a lot. So yeah. So no, I don't have time to miss her, y'all, because I see her all the time. How did you guys meet? We met in high school. John went to a rival high school, and he came over to my house to get his hair braided. He came over to my house to get his hair braided on a random Saturday, and my twin sister braided hair, and she braided his hair.
And it's not had the thickest thing of eyeshadow on you
ever
on in your life.
How was life as you transition back into being a working mom? Often hear moms say that they feel guilty when they go back into the workforce after being a stay-at-home mom. Do you have mom guilt? I had mom guilt for like the first week, honestly. But the kids fared wonderfully. It was just me feeling like I just wasn't ready. But honestly, y'all, it took me, well, the first day, I think the first and second day I cried. And then I realized that I had adult interaction and that I could eat my lunch in peace. And it was quite nice. So if I did have mom guilt, it did not last long at all. I think I was just ready, y'all, because I stayed at home for years. So I felt like when I got this job full time, I was just ready for it. So I don't feel like I was pushed into something that I wasn't prepared for. So
and also too, she had a little bit of help because she was part-time and kind of eased her way into full-time. So
yeah, because when I worked for the birth center, I worked full-time, part-time, and then the day after that ended, then I got the job where I'm at now, and so I transitioned from like 20 hours a week to 40 hours a week. So it wasn't like I was just a stay-at-home mom and then I was just thrown into full-time work. So I did have a transition period during that first year of me working part-time. I got used to living with them. I got used to leaving them with different people. I got used to not being with them, and they got used to not being with me all the time. So the transition honestly wasn't too bad at all. The kids didn't even notice, and I had mom guilt for like 26 hours. Not long at all, y'all. Can you tell us the traits you love most in each of your children? Let's see. With Karsyn, I love that she's confident. She's very confident. She's our little diva, and I know that's like cliche and like, oh, but she's a diva. Well, she's the definition of a diva. She's very confident. She's
already that senior high school cheerleader.
Yeah.
That everybody likes, but also like.
Yeah, she's people. I already know people are gonna love to hate her. Like, she's just, her personality is very different. But she's just confident in everything that she does. Kaine is
passionate.
He's passionate. He is. He's very passionate. He's very loving. He's just he's like the sweetest big brother ever. He's like Raphael from the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, he is. And Kylan, he's just our old man. Like, he's so ornery. He's hilarious, but he's hilarious without even trying to be hilarious. He's just he's a really funny person. And he's just like, I always say he's been here before. Like, from the day he was born, he's just been an old man. And so I like that about him, that he's just a little old man, y'all. He's ornery. He's moody. He's just, I don't know, I just like that about him. Like Kylan, he's been, like I said, the same way since day one. He's a grandpa already. Yeah, like he doesn't, like he'll let you know, I don't like you. And you just be like, okay. Like, he's very blunt, very honest. That's what I like most about Kylan. Based off of Kaine, Kylan, and Karsyn's personalities now, what do you think their professions will be? Karsyn tells you all day that she's gonna be a model. Like, when I tell her she's a diva, she's a diva. Yeah. So I can see Karsyn being a model. My mom said, girl, just marry her off. Like, she's gonna be a baller's wife. And I hate that people think that about my baby, because she's very smart, but she's very pretty. And so I'm really trying to instill in her. Pretty. I'm trying to instill in her. Very girly, girl. Just academics and that kind of thing. But she's already like, I want to be a mom and get married. I'm like, girl, like, get your life together. So she's very valley girl. So I don't know. I think she'll be a model. If I don't know, y'all. She'll be a model, but I'm hoping like, I don't know. I would love something academic wise, and I'm not trying to like downplay, but because she's super smart, y'all. But I'm just gonna say a model because that would be her dream. For now, the way she acts. Yeah. With Kaine, I can see Kaine, honestly, a mathematician. he's very good with math. He's very good with math. Got that from me. Yeah. I'm all about math. Yeah, so I can see Kaine being a mathematician or like a math teacher or something. If not that, then playing sports, playing football. That would be John's hope. With Kylan, I could see him a comedian. Yeah, because he's not a very friendly person. So I couldn't see him being in like a helping profession. Like, I couldn't see him being like a social worker or like a teacher. Definitely see him like a shock comic. Like, yeah, I couldn't see. Way over the top, just hollering at people all the time. Yeah. How often do you and John have date nights, and what are some of your favorite things to do alone? Hey! We try to have date night once a month, and y'all know us. Y'all see by the vlogs, we stay at home and chill. We watch Netflix. We go to the movies, go out to eat. We're gonna go to an art museum, but we didn't look into it. We just like doing anything together. So yeah, we're very basic. I've never been the type to have to do over the top things to consider it a date. So and we never really go like do like club type stuff or anything like that. We're kind of homebodies, not kind of, we are homebodies, and so we just like to do stuff at home, or when we do stuff together it's very low key. We're not like the center of attention or anything. So yeah, normally the only time we really do anything like really big is like when we do something as a family, like, you know, like we went to Disney World or stuff like that. But like when it's just me and her, we normally try to do chill. More intimate type stuff. Yeah, but we just chill because we got so many kids, y'all. So honestly, when they're not here, we just sleep and we eat and we do things that the kids would normally interrupt. Like, when you see the commercial of like the parents waving their kids off while they're going to grandma's house or something like that, and the next scene they're passed out in the bed, like all legs that kicked out all over the bed. That's us. That's what we do. That's us, yeah. Do you guys pray together often? And how often do you make time to do so, being that you both work and have kids? We pray together every single day. We pray, at first we were praying together like in the morning, like holding hands and praying together, and that just didn't work because our schedules was just crazy. Yeah. And so now I'll call John in the morning on my way to work, and he'll call me, and we'll just stop what we're doing and we'll just pray together. And we do that every morning. Well, she doesn't stop driving, but well, yeah, I put him on the auxiliary cord in the car, and we pray together. We do that Monday through Friday. And then of course we pray together in person. Yeah, but we pray together every single day. There are days where I'm just starting my day off really, really bad, and John calls me, prays with me. I'm like, okay, I can make it through the day. So it's very important that we pray together, and we do it every single day, guys, without fail.
And sometimes we also try to do it at night with the kids while we're like all together and stuff.
Because it can get very chaotic by the time I come home and, you know, get ready for school the next day or get ready for work and that kind of stuff. Like, this house it's a madhouse by the time it's time for bed, and so that's another way for us to detox and that kind of thing. So the next question is, how do you achieve such black girl magic? Thank you, boo. Girl, born with it, okay? Let me see, girl, come on, you know.
I wake up like this.
Girl, born with it. But she said, laugh out loud, I really admire you and your family. How has the transition been with John having his own business? My husband wants to start his own business, but it's hard stepping into the unknown. Any advice, tips? So how's it been since you started your own business last year?
It's been amazing. Just the kind of the freedom and everything. You are right. There's definitely a lot of fear and scariness around the corner because you don't know, like you said, the unknown. But I wouldn't change it for the world. Like I said, starting my business was like the best thing that we could have ever done. Tips, just get ready to sweat a lot and bust your hump to get it done, because if you don't do that, whatever you're doing, it's not going to get done, and then you're going to be right back in the same predicament that you are in.
Yeah, so your best is saying put your all into it if you decide to do it.
Yes, and don't give up. That's the biggest thing too. There's going to be a lot of stuff that happens that's going to make you want to give up running your own business. You just can't. You got to push through it and keep going, because if you give up, you're not going to get what you're trying to do in the first place. So just push through it.
And the main thing is put God first, because the fear of the unknown is just, you know, fear of, to me, when we had fear about the business, it was just us not trusting God. And once we finally decided, you know what, this is going to be God's plan, like it's gonna work, and we just went in blindly, and God led us. And so I say, if you really want to do it, I mean, if you're, you know, a spiritual person or religious person or whatever, but just know that what's for you is for you. And when you have that motivation and that drive and that itch to start your own business, that means that you're closer to walking in your purpose, and don't negate that, and definitely just jump into it head first and give your all into it. And so,
and another huge, can't say it enough, huge tip is for you to support him in the process.
Yeah,
because there's been plenty of times where if Emerald hadn't stepped in there and just gave me a good word about it, you know, I'd be working for somebody else right now. So that's another big thing, because there's going to be so many times. I don't know how
what kind of job he's going to have.
Yeah, I don't know anything like that, but it's definitely, I know just from my personal experience, there's definitely plenty of times where I needed to be lifted up, even though I wasn't showing it, I was hiding it and all that type of stuff. But then just Emerald was just, you know, just tell me, oh, good job on doing this, or great job getting this, or something like that. That just kind of helped push it along a lot better.
Yeah, so that's the main thing. Don't give up. Encourage him, and just know that if you have that itch to do it, then you're closer to your dream. So don't give up on your dream. Okay, and the last question, the one that everybody has been asking, this was the most asked question. I'm going to tell you all the versions of it that we got. The first version of it was, do you plan on having any more children? If so, how many do you plan on having? When will the family expand? Let's see. Is Kylan ever going to be a big brother? Are you still TTCing, being as though you're so busy with work and your children? How many kids do you plan on having, and what names did you like but didn't use? So baby number 4. Y'all, baby number 4 will come when God gives us baby number 4. We were into planning it. It was not working out. We never told you guys, but we did TTC for a while, and it's stressful. It's not something that I want to do. We just decided to give it to God. We are very busy with work and with the children being in school and just in life, and we don't want to plan it out so much that we add more stress to our life. And so we will just have baby number 4 when God gives us baby number 4, guys, because it seems like the more we try to plan things, the more things don't work. And so we're just seriously going to give it to God. And I know that's like the cliche answer, but
and we're not, and us saying that, it's not saying that we're not trying not to say that we're not going to have another baby.
Yeah,
I mean, there would be, if it does happen, we're going to accept it as a blessing and enjoy it, because obviously we both love children. And if you know, just say for whatever reason it doesn't, you know, we'll accept it as a blessing and, you know, love the children that we have, and go that way.
Yeah, the main thing is we're just enjoying life in the moment, and whenever the moment comes that we do get pregnant again, then we'll enjoy that moment. But we're really just pouring into our children that we have, and just making sure that they're going to be functioning, successful, emotionally stable members of society. And so
not crazy people.
Yeah, so that's the main thing. We don't want to add more children to the mix when we're not ready, when our family's not ready. All the children, all they talk about is another sibling. That's Lily at the door. All the children talk about is another sibling. But it's one of those things where when God gives us that baby, guys, then we'll have it. I don't want to be so obsessed with, and no offense to the trying to conceive community, but I was there at one point. I was charting and tipping and so obsessed with it that it was no longer fun. It was such a chore, and I literally hated it. Like, I remember
at this time, at this position, at this angle. Yeah,
it got to the point where it was so overwhelming that I was like, y'all, look, I'm never having another kid. Like, I was starting to get hardened toward trying for another baby. I was starting to get hardened toward ever being pregnant again, because I didn't want to get pregnant and it'd be such a stressful, I didn't want to conceive under such a stressful environment, and then that would also carry over into my pregnancy being stressful. Like, I just wanted to have a clear head, you know, that kind of thing.
And also too, just, you know, in life in general, because, you know, that type of stress can put a strain on a relationship with the marriage, and also with the other children, and you know, life is already stressful enough. I mean, obviously people in the community know what we're talking about. So
as much as we would love another baby, guys, it's one of those things where God's gonna give it to us when we're ready, and we can try to conceive as much as we want, and we did that and it was not happening. And so we can try all we want, but we just got at this point, we're just giving it to God. And so that's the answer, the long answer to that. How many do we want? Y'all, as many as God, at this point, I'm like, look, as many as God's gonna give me, because trying for baby number 4 was very hard. Like, it was very taxing, very tiring, and I got to the point where I was like, I have 10 kids. I mean, I doubt that. I mean, our number will most likely be 4. That's just because it just sounds like a great number to me.
Kind of charting how stuff's going now, and just, you know, with life and stuff like that.
Yeah, like 4 to me sounds like a great number. So we'll just leave it at that. 4 sounds good. In terms of baby names that we would have used, I'm not going to tell you that just in case we do have another baby. Y'all know with Kylan, we kept his name a secret, and so we may do that the 4th time around, whenever that happens. And so we won't tell the name probably until the baby's born. Like I said, we did that with Kylan. We didn't find out what he was. Like, we didn't find out if he was a boy or girl, and we didn't find out. I mean, we didn't tell you guys the name, and so
that'd be a huge surprise.
Yeah, and so we may do that again with our 4th. And so if we do that, then I can't tell you guys names that we would have used, because we've had the same name picked out for like 2 years. Like, we don't when we pick a name, we're pretty much set on it. And so for names we have picked out, we don't have like a long list of names, guys. It's like 2 names. And so yeah, so unfortunately I can't do a video because I seriously have, like I said, 2 names. So there's not a list of names I would or wouldn't use.
Short
when we find out we're pregnant, we find a name for that baby, and that's it. So yeah, but baby number 4 will come in time, and it will come when God's ready to give it to us. So yeah, so that's the baby number 4 question, y'all. And that is all. We're loving the little family we have, y'all. We're loving life. And
I'm hurt that no one questioned me about my beard.
When is John gonna cut his beard?
Never.
I actually don't want him to cut. I actually like him with a beard. I like it more trimmed up like that. Not that it's my beard, but I mean, hey. I do like his beard. I didn't like it when it was like super long, but he's trimmed it up and made it look pretty decent. So I think he looks handsome with his beard.
Girl, bye.
Oh, that was thought somebody at the door, but I think it looks handsome. Handsome with his
Lily's
beard.
at the door. She's been trying to get in here for like the last 10 minutes.
Yes, alright, y'all. That's the Rice Life. Thank you for asking all the questions that you guys asked. This has been a fun Q&A. We may do a Q&A every few months or so. So if you have any more questions or you want us to elaborate more, then leave your comment down below.
Well, if y'all want us to do more Q&A videos, let us know.
Well, no, because Q&As, you can't do a Q&A like every week.
Why not?
Because they ain't got
maybe
so many
people want to know about us.
They ain't got so many questions to ask. You got to allow time to pass before you can do Q&As, because then people have more questions to ask you. See, look, and this guy's been on YouTube for how long? All right,
long enough.
All right, y'all. So like and subscribe. Join us for the
ride.
We'll see y'all in our next video. Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Like and subscribe. Join us for the ride.